Hey Settlers, I'm your host Ben, and here is a hidden story that I feel needs telling. The true story of the Chedworth coin. If you like these stories, please subscribe to the channel. Chedworth, a small village nestled in the hills of the Cotswolds, is a place that wears its history lightly. It's famous for the ruins of the ancient Roman villa at the edge, a reminder that lives played out here for nearly 2,000 years. But beneath the peaceful routine of village life, there is an odd, persistent mystery. Every few years, someone digging in their garden finds the same old Roman coin. But by morning, the coin always disappears. It's an event that has repeated for generations, creating the local legend, the Chedworth coin. The earliest written account comes from the village newsletter, dated 1953. A short notice reads, Mrs. Cartwright of Lower Chedworth wishes to thank the founder of the Roman coin, who returned it after her son lost it near the orchard. Unfortunately, the coin has now gone missing once again. Old-timers in the village recall similar stories from the parents and grandparents. Someone, often whilst digging a flower bed or turning in the soil in spring, would unearth a weathered bronze coin, thick and cold in the palm. Sometimes a Roman head or faded Latin script was just about visible. But always the same thing happened. Before they could have the coin appraised, before it could be put on the mantelpiece or in a drawer, it would vanish. Placed on the kitchen table, tucked in a pocket, hidden in a jewelry box, it made no difference. By sunrise, the coin had mysteriously disappeared. Some tried to dismiss it as absent-mindedness or village kids playing tricks, but the pattern persisted. By the early 2000s, the Chedworth coin had become a running joke. The village WhatsApp group, they do have one, set up for lost cats, road closures and fate planning, added a new emoji, a little bronze circle, for coin news. Posts would pop up every couple of years. Found a Roman coin in the veg patch, watch this space. Gone by morning, must be the coin fairy again. Villagers began to share theories. Maybe it's some weird chemical in the soil erasing metal. Maybe there was a particularly light-fingered magpie, literally and metaphorically, in the area. A few suggested that it was a work of a prankster kid sneaking into gardens at night, although nobody suggested it was a chocolate coin. But then odd details started to suffice. No matter who found the coin, the descriptions were nearly identical. A heavy bronze disc, slightly larger than a modern pound coin. One side bore the face of a Roman emperor, often guessed to be Hadrian. The other side showed what looked like a running figure had a broken inscription with 3 visible letters, V-I-R. No matter where it was found, up the lane in Rose Cottage, down the old forge, or even as far as the school playground, it was always the same coin. And when it vanished, there was never any sign of disturbance, no footprints, no windows being left open, no evidence, seemingly, at all. Thusly, the legend grew. Children invented stories about the coin fairy, a small, invisible creature that collected Roman coins to build a tiny palace somewhere beneath the hills. Parents played along, telling tales at bedtime about the fairy who only visited Chedworth. Always on the lookout for this mysterious coin that kept escaping her grasp. Grown-ups joked about nominating the coin for most elusive village resident at the annual fete. A few more seriously warned if the coin had once been stolen from the Roman villa itself, now cursed to never stay in one place for too long. One local, Mr. Harper, began logging each discovery in a battered notebook. He listed names, dates, and locations. The notebook passed around at the pub showed a peculiar pattern. The coin appeared every 2 to 3 years, sometimes skipping a season but always vanishing overnight. In 2011, a builder named Davy Wells claimed his garden was dug up 3 times in 1 month. The first time, he'd been planting runner beans and found the coin near the fence. He put it in his pocket, he forgot about it in all honesty, and woke up to find it missing. A week later, fresh holes appeared in his garden, neatly dug as if by a careful hand. Each time he filled them in, more would appear, always in a new spot. No tools left behind, no signs of animals, just perfect coin-sized holes. The story was widely shared in the WhatsApp group. Villagers ribbed Davy for weeks, leaving plastic coins in his letterbox and a cardboard coin trap by his gate. But a few quietly admitted to finding their own gardens disturbed in the same way, never as often, but always after a coin had gone missing. Over the years, more villagers came forward with stories. Mrs. Long from up by the woods remembered finding the coin as a child in the 1960s, only to wake up and find it gone. Her grandson, decades later, claimed to have found a shiny old penny in almost exactly the same spot. A retired schoolteacher, Mr. Beadle, told a story in the pub one evening. "I remember showing the coin to my dad, thinking I found treasure. He smiled, and he said he found one just like that as a boy. The next morning, it was gone." The story echoed across generations. Some claim the coin brought good luck, the garden grew better, a lost pet returned, a stubborn problem seemed to be resolved. Others insisted it brought bad dreams or a sense of someone watching from the shadows at night. One year, a local vicar tried to break the cycle. Having found the coin near the churchyard wall, he placed it in a locked drawer in the vestry under a heavy Bible. By morning, both drawer and Bible were untouched, but the coin had indeed vanished. That same spring, 4 different villagers reported finding the coin in each of their gardens. Each insisted it was the same one, with the same VIR inscription. The WhatsApp group erupted, of course it did. "It's multiplying, it's breeding. Is this how the Romans lost their empire?" was a common theme. But the sunrise, all 4 coins were gone. Now, with indeed the advent of smartphones being everywhere, some tried to film the coin overnight. A local teen set up a GoPro, pointing it directly at his bedside table. Of course, the coin was in full view. The time-lapse footage showed nothing. 8 hours of stillness, but no coin at the end. Others tried to take detailed photos, only to find their phone gallery mysteriously missing those images the next day. Screenshots of the WhatsApp coin news thread would sometimes disappear, only to reappear later without any warning. No one could explain it, but the sense grew that the coin wasn't just elusive, it actively avoided being documented. The story might have stayed as village folklore if not for the event in late autumn just after half-term. Year 4 at Chedworth Primary was holding show and tell. 8-year-old Jacob, quiet and sharp-eyed, walked to the front of the class clutching a small, heavy coin. He explained he found it digging up potatoes with his mum. He passed it around. Everyone touched it. Some children said it felt cold. Other children said it looked like chocolate money. Others refused to hold it. As the coin made its way back to Jacob, the teacher, Miss Grant, froze. She remembered suddenly finding a Roman coin in her mum's garden as a girl. She'd shown it to her nan. She showed it to her grandmother, who had her own memory of finding a similar coin as a child. One by one, the children started to speak up. "My dad found a coin like that. I think I've seen that in our garden. My brother buried one in the sandpit last year." By the end of the show and tell, every child and adult in the room remembered suddenly and very clearly finding that coin once, always in Chedworth, always in their own patch of earth, always gone by the morning. The classroom fell strangely silent. Miss Grant quietly put the coin in her desk drawer, intending to ask the head teacher about it later. When she checked after lunch, the coin, of course, was gone. Word spread quickly. The WhatsApp group exploded. Did we all just remember finding the coin? Is it the same one, or does every garden have one buried? Maybe we're all just part of the coins collection? A few villagers went out with metal detectors that weekend and swore they found something. A faint metal ring just under the surface, but dug up nothing but earth and roots. The next morning, it was as if the coin left a metallic residue. The next morning, the coin emoji was used more than ever, a running joke but tinged with unease. Theories grew wider. Some wondered if the coin was an echo, a memory looping through time, tied to the Roman villa and those who had once lived there. Others said the coin was a test, or a kind of local blessing and a curse. A folklore expert from the city visited, recording villagers' memories and suggesting the story might be a form of community haunting, a legend that grows stronger as more people remember it. But nothing explained the disappearances, the synchronized memories, or why, each time, the coin would vanish by dawn. The Chedworth coin mystery endures. No proof, no artifact, just stories passed on, like a coin passed from hand to hand, always slipping away before the sun can rise on it twice. And somewhere in the fields, beneath old hedgerows and vegetable patches, villagers still dig, hoping to find that cold, heavy disc in the earth, wondering if this time they'll be the one to keep it. Thank you for staying with me. If you got this far, you more than likely like lost stories. Thusly, I would recommend this story on screen right now. Oh, and if you think I deserve it, please give us a like and a subscribe too.